Hi, this is Tony Julian with another InDesign tutorial. So today we're going to create a InDesign document and make a PDF. We're going to import three images into three text boxes, and we'll align the boxes, add some text, and then we will make a PDF. Okay, so here it goes. This is the PDF file. This is the final file that we're going to create. So we're going to launch InDesign. Here's my finished InDesign. So first I'll create a new document by going to File, New, Document. I'm going to create a print document, and I already have it set to inches. So I'm going to create my document type size, which is 5.5 by 10.5. I'm also going to say OK. Okay, now that I have my document set up, you'll need three images in your document for this to work. I already have my three images, and they are saved on my desktop in a folder called Links. I have three JPEGs, which are fine for this tutorial. So I want to be able to bring in these three images into three boxes, and the boxes are 2.5 inches wide by 1.5 inches high. So the fastest way to do that is to click on the box tool and click anywhere inside your document, which will then bring up a actually I am in pixel picas, so I'm going to go to InDesign preferences and change my preferences from picas to inches. So now when I click on my box, I will have a rectangle, and I can go 2.5 width by 1.5 high. And I'm just going to put a stroke around that box for now. And I'm going to create these three boxes. So shortcut to doing this is to hold down the Option key and click and drag, and you can copy that box, or you can go to File, Edit, Copy, and Paste, and then you can drag your file down. Now what if our files were like this? We can align these boxes by dragging the mouse around. Actually, I have an extra text box. Let's delete that. I have these three text boxes, these three image boxes, and I can hold down the Shift key and select them all, or I can drag the mouse over all the boxes, then go to the Align tool, which is all the way up here, and align them, and then I can distribute them evenly by clicking this box or this palette, and I'll have an equal space in between each box. So how am I going to bring the images in? So I'm going to bring the images in by clicking one box at a time, and then going to File, Place, or Command D, and you have to locate where that file is located. So it's in the weak class folder under the links folder. I'm going to bring the first one in. On the Mac, you can hit the spacebar to see which image. So that'll be the first image. I'm going to open it. Now this image is going to be really big into this box because it's much larger than the box. So you can do is you can hold down you can right click or control click, and when the box is selected, you can then go to fitting and then fit content to frame. Now this image is still not proportionate, because if you click on it with the direct selection tool, which is the white box, you will see that, and you look up here in the percentages, you will see that the percentages are not equal. So you need to make them equal. So you can definitely, let's choose 20%. And if you just click once, it'll change. So your images should always be proportionately the same on both sides. So then we'll go to the second box, and then I will hold down Command D, which is the same as place. I will go to the second image, okay, which is a family playing tennis. We'll do the same thing. We'll then go Control, Fitting, Fit Content to Frame. Use the direct selection tool to click over your image, and then you can change this to 15%. So it's 15% of the original size. And do so for the last image. We click on the box. We can go to File, Place, and we'll click the last image. Again, it's too large, so we go to Control, click with fitting, fit content to frame, and we do the same thing for the last image. We click on it, we make sure we have the equal percentages, the same on both sides. So we say, let's try 16, hit enter, and you can move your image around. Now the nice thing about InDesign is that when you have images in a frame, you can click on the frame, click on the image, and move it around in the frame. So if you want to make your image larger, you can then put a bigger percentage here, let's say 29, and now you can use, so if you want to crop out part of the image, you can move it around. Okay, so now we're going to add text. So let's move up one of these boxes just a tad. If you hold on the shift key, you can move the box along the same path. To use the text, we use the text tool over here, and then we will drag the box. So we want to put, I'll go to my PDF file. The first one we want to use is the word fit, second word family, fun. So we'll go to the first one, we'll type in fit. We'll double click on this, and then we can change the font here. Let's change it to Caramond, and let's make it 36 point. Hit enter, and then we can use the align center to align the text. So once we have the first text box, we can move the second box down, hold on the shift key, dragging. Let's then hold down the text and then click the option key to copy the text, and just move the last box up. So I'm holding the shift key every time I move it, so I keep the alignment the same as it was before. For the second, we hold on the second text box and drag it down, and we have a nice alignment of each of the text boxes. So we need to just now change the text from fit. Second one, we'll change it to family, and we double click on the text in the final box, and we hit fun. So we're going to move this up a tad, and we'll move this up a tad. Now you can also do in InDesign, you can group elements together. So if we want to group something, we can drag over both elements and go to Object Group, and they will stay together. If you want to get rid of your lines, hide your lines, you can go to the View menu, and you can go to Extras and Hide Frame Edges, and you will get those blue lines will go away. And if you want to align everything, I think everything is aligned, but you can check it by dragging around all the elements and going back to the Align tool, and you can horizontally align everything, and everything is aligned. What I like to do is group all the elements, group the 3 sets of elements. You could always move this text box up just a tad. It's a little bit closer. And then if you group the elements together, then we can go to Object Group, and then we can drag these two around, we go to Object Group, and do the same thing for the last box. Object Group. And then what we can do is we can select each box by holding on the Shift key. So we select all 3 boxes, and then we could distribute it again vertically, and you get a much more even space in between each box. It's not perfectly aligned, but you can move it up just a tad. So we have our 3 boxes and our 3 sets of text, and now we want to create a PDF. So let's save our file. So we go to File, Save As. I'm going to call it InDesign Tutorials Images. We'll save that. Always save your files. And then in order to create a PDF, we can go to File, export, and it'll always bring up the name of the InDesign file that you have. Make sure you have it on Adobe PDF print, not interactive, and then hit the save key. Now here you have a bunch of different options. I like to keep my compatibility low, like Acrobat 5, and you have quite a few choices. PDF X1A is the print standard. If you want to send something to a printer, this is probably the best one to use. But if you're just making a regular PDF just to show someone a high quality print, you can use high quality print. If you want to use something that's going to go on the web, you probably want to use the smallest file size. For another video, we'll talk about setting up your files for print, and we'll go through these a little bit more in detail. But for now, and this, you can put your crop marks here. But for now, we're just going to use high quality print. And make sure, if you want to see the PDF open, leave this checked, View PDF after exporting. If you take it off, it's going to make the PDF, you just won't know it's finished. So if you check this box and then you click Export, it's a very small file, so it should really pop up very quickly. And there you have it. Here's your InDesign tutorial images.pdf. And I just have to reduce the file, and you'll see your PDF is complete. So thank you for watching this tutorial, and I hope you learned something today.